What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. If you're new, please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button for me. Alright guys, today I'm going to do my overview of the Renegade Provision Co. God of Mischief, or GOM. This knife is OEM by Riat, and it shows in the fit and finish, and the action, and the feel. Everything about this knife just screams Riat, and they knocked it out of the park with this one, guys. Such a good knife. Such a good knife. Fantastic knife, actually. One of the best knives I've ever felt in hand. Really is. Pretty impressive. Overall length of this knife is 7.72 inches. Blade length's 3.3 inches. The weight's 4.9 ounces. It is M390 blade steel. It is a titanium bolster lock. Has micarta overlays, titanium pivot collars, titanium pocket clip, titanium backspacer. Weight is just under 4.9 ounces, which is surprising. A little heavy, but you get pretty thick blade stock here. The website does not tell me what that is. We're going to test that real quick and check it. I'm going to guess 150 or 160 thousandths because it's pretty thick. These are plastic calipers, by the way, so I will not scratch any blades or anything. 150 thousandths thick, so. You have a hollow grind on there, I think, or is it a flat grind? I think it's a flat grind, honestly. The website does not say. If this is a hollow grind, it's not a very deep hollow grind, and with it being Riat, I would assume that, you know, they would do a much better job with a hollow. So I'm gonna call this a flat grind, and it's about 2/3 the way up the blade. Beautiful Warncliffe blade shape with kind of like a reverse tanto going on here also. Swedge down the top. Nice jimping placed out right where your thumb lands and right where you have this little ramp up, little poon action. The jimping, it's not very good. It's okay. Gives you a little bit of traction, but not very much traction. It's the same jimping that's on the front flipper, which luckily for this knife, you get so much leverage because the front flipper is so much higher than the pivot that it works. But this jimping really does not provide a whole lot of traction. It gives you some, but you know, it's not sharper jimping. Actually, I'd say that front flipper jimping is sharper feeling than, you know, this jimping for where your thumb lands. They definitely do. They look the same, but they feel different. This is sharper than this, so I'm gonna give them a pass on this. And they did take it up over the top, so I get good traction there, actually, but here I get very minimal traction, which isn't really a big issue. You do have a forward finger choil, kind of a 50-50 choil going on there. Ergos on this knife are phenomenal. They are absolutely amazing. They really are. It's a thicker knife, and it's contoured. And with the micarta and the way they finish everything, you cannot feel a single transition on this knife where you go from titanium to micarta. It is just done to perfection. Really is. Pocket clip works extremely well in and out of the pocket, and with it being wide and flat like this and in the middle of the handle, it just completely disappears in your hand. You don't even feel the pocket clip there. There are no hot spots anywhere on this knife. Let me give you some size comparisons real quick. Here's the Kaiser Feist XL. So similar in length to the Kaiser Feist XL. Honestly, the handles are similar in thickness also. The GOM's a little thicker, not too much thicker though. Here's the Demco AD 20.5. A little bit longer than the Shark's Foot variation. Here is the Maxace Black Mirror. Here's the Bridgeport 395. Here's the Urban EDC F5.5. What else we got here? How about the Devo Knives Stout? It's very similar. Thickness wise, these two are on the edges. They're actually, I'd say overall thickness are almost identical to the Devo Stout. You get contouring with this though, and you don't with the Stout. Here's the Spyderco Manix 2. Let's go ahead and do a Hinder XM18. If you're in this price point, price on this is $385, by the way. I don't think I said that yet. So this is not a cheap knife. And but you know, this is one of those situations where when you feel the knife in hand, you know, some knives with that price tag, I get them in hand and I'm just like, I don't know, man, if it's worth all that. This one I don't feel that way about. Here's the Spartan Blades Harsey, the 3-inch Harsey. Here's the Quiet Carry Drift. Trying to give you guys knives that are similar in price, because if you're looking at this knife, you know, you're probably familiar with more of the more expensive knives if you're buying this level of knife at this point in your collecting. And then we'll do some of the regulars I always do. Go ahead and do the Rockwall also, Tactile Knife Co. Rockwall. Going to be doing some anodizing on this. I've been going back and forth. Do I want to anodize it? Do I not? I think I've decided I am going to anodize the Rockwall. And we'll go ahead and do Benchmade Bug Out. And a QSP Penguin. So, good sized knife, thicker in hand, thicker blade stock. This is a knife that there's no doubt in my mind you could hard use this knife and you would be just fine with it. It's built like a tank. It's comfortable enough to where you could hard use it. It's not going to hurt your hand, not going to have any hot spots. Very thick blade stock. I don't know if many people are buying these knives to hard use them. About dropped it and cut myself. But I have no doubt in my mind you could if you wanted to. It's made extremely well, done extremely well. I'm a big fan. Thank you very much to Craig, by the way, for sending this knife in to let me check it out. I greatly appreciate it. And I will be sending her home very soon. I will miss this one. This is one of those that when it leaves, I will miss it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next one.